Hi there. Hi there, this is Dandelion Song with Records of the Grand Historian, and I just wanted to bring you another word decode. I think the more we look at these, the more we are just going to become fluent and more understanding of what we're actually saying. So in this movie, The Half-Blood Prince, the Professor Horace, well, that was interesting for me, of course. I needed to look more into that, said to Tom Riddle, "Look sharp." And in movies, really, you want to pay attention to the words that they repeat over and over again. In the early movies, the J.K. Rowling movies, they did repeat the important phrases at least 2 or 3 times. This one they didn't repeat, but I checked it out anyway. So I wanted to first of all start with I, because it's just been really important to everything we've been talking about lately. So we have the 5, and the 25, and the 5, and this is a 35, and this reduces to an 8. Now, in ancient Mayan hieroglyphs, the goggle is the word for God. And they have pictures of their gods arriving with goggles. So possibly the gods, needed breathing and goggle apparatus for their eyes. But this is also the structure that we found inside the head, where if, say, let's see, let me draw the head right here. It's looking towards the bottom of the page. Sorry about my big shadow. Let me turn the page. Okay, so these will be the eyeballs on the front of the head. And then as we saw, that the structure of the information from the view, here's the view of each eye, and it meets over here, and then it goes back into the head. And I can't remember if the pineal gland's on this side or that side. I believe we are going to find another cross. The 8's the number of Christ. In terms of, that's what the Cathars believe, and I think they might be right. But they indicate 2 8s. So I think we are going to find another 8 in the head. But right now we've only found 1. That's okay. But what I wanted to show you was this crossing of the seeing, and then it goes back. So there's your 8 for the eye, in terms of the physiology of the brain and the eye. Now, another thing that I noticed, and I don't think I put this, I might have written this down in the blog, but I don't think I put it in a video, is that blind it ends up to be 41, and I'll do this for you for practice, but I see a lot of 41s in the movies. They have different characters, like I'm kind of compiling, I have about 10 movies now, I'm compiling like their major lexicon, so that I feel like the movies are like underscored with this literature, and I think we can really understand what the code is of the number. And what I find with any character who has a 41 name is that this is the blind character. It's just, someone who's stumbling along. So let me just show you. You probably can do this, but I'll just show you. But one thing I find really interesting over and over again is that this ND has the 144. And sometimes you can just keep that apart. But I'll just do the raw gematria here just to show you how it goes. I didn't really find, like here, if you wanted to do your Pythagorean word, and I haven't done that yet, so I might discover something here, but this is the F, this is the P, and that is the I. So maybe that's an acronym. But anyway, let's go here with, this would be the 15. Okay, so there's your 41. Sorry about the math spaz right there. Now, if you take away 6, and we talked about 6 is the carbon or the material, or you could even say the concern of the material. If you have blindness and you take away 6, you end up with the I again. You end up with your 35. And I have found a lot of 53s and 35s encoded in lots of coordinates. And I was surprised when I looked here at look sharp that look ended up to be 53. So it's interesting because an eye is kind of a passive thing, and a look is kind of an active thing. And in the Bennu comet, which is I think it's a 30, yeah, it's a 3553. Is that right? 18, 24. Yeah, it's 35. Yeah, so the RQ53 is the Bennu comet. So something about comets has to do with looking. Maybe they're telling us to look in the sky, see something. There's just a lot of 53s and 35s, and this is what I find it to be equal to. So I am going to spend more time looking in the sky. I know some people who are filming the sky. Vegdara Kentinus, a little shout out to you. He got some really great stills of rods, and I think I shared that on the Google Plus if anybody wants to check out his video. Rods are really interesting. So we should look to the sky more. But also sharp is also an 8. So when Horace said this to Tom Riddle, he actually said the 88, which I know is suspected of being a Nazi number, but they may have just, taken a number that was actually a number of a beneficial number, which would be an 88. So that would be it. Now I notice well, I don't want to get into NASA, but I noticed they put a 4-leaf clover on their mission patches, and it matches the front of churches. I noticed that, but I'd like to know more about the reason why they do that. So just wanted to say this. Oh, so anyway, one thing that we can learn more about these is when you do the raw gematria, I try to pay attention to the letters that you're using. For example, this first one, you have your S is your 19 and your P is your 16, and when you add that, you get your 35. And then so you just pay attention to the SP is a 35. Well, we know that SPY has SP in it. And so it helps you just learn to recognize pretty soon, I hope to be able to know all of these major 2-word and 3-word root words and combos and prefixes and suffixes. And then I'll be more fluent in the number language, and I'll be able to understand, real fluently what they're saying. But sharp is also an 8. And so this is 35, and then if you put the Y on there, which is a 25, then you have 60, which I feel it's kind of like, it's an order of magnitude. I don't know if that's the right math word, bigger than 6. So it's kind of like taking 6 to the next level. You're not looking, you're not seeing, you're spying. It's like a deeper involvement in the material. So I just feel like there's these clues in here in the numbers, and I just wanted to share that with you real quick. All right, well, thanks for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.